The SureCut system offers a complete exothermic cutting system that is highly portable and can be used in confined spaces where there is not enough room to use the 10-foot 6-inch burning bars. It works off the same principle as the big burning bars. It's an exothermic reaction and again is based on a given volume of molten fuel combined with a given volume of oxygen. This system requires only 8 to 10 cubic feet of oxygen per minute and can be used with a single high-pressure cylinder. The SureCut holder can be converted from a 1/4 inch to 3/8 inch or 3/16 inch diameter rods by simply changing the brass collet in the head. The SureCut system can operate at a very wide range of pressures, from 50 to 150 psi depending upon the application. SureCut rods are available in lengths of 18, 24, 36, and 48 inches. The SureCut rods can be ignited with a 12-volt car battery, thus reducing the amount of support equipment required. The operator can control the oxygen volume with the variable flow valve. SureCut rods can be used to make small cuts in heavy plate or to pierce starter holes in plate for shape cutting machines. SureCut rods work extremely well for gouging applications where the operator does not have a welding machine and air compressor to run the arc gouge. Gouging can be performed at much faster rates than a carbon arc process. When the gouge is complete, there's no carbon residue to be ground out of the steel. For gouging, the oxygen pressure can be varied to give the operator more precise control. The SureCut system is ideal for companies performing maintenance on heavy equipment. It is also used by fire and rescue personnel for breaching operations and rescue work. Companies like Boots and Coots use this system when they are putting out oil well fires. The system can cut underwater, affording them the capability of keeping their personnel under a heavy spray of water and still be able to cut into oil field conductors or to cut the heavy bolts off the wellhead flanges. SureCut rods are ideal for removing frozen pins. With the smaller diameter rods, pins as small as 3/4 inch can be pierced and removed from heavy equipment. Larger pins can be removed from equipment where access is limited and there's not enough room to use the big bar. The SureCut system requires all the same safety precautions required for burning bars. The biggest difference in the two systems is the oxygen pressure and volume required for the SureCut system. The oxygen pressure for the SureCut rods can be varied from 40 to 150 psi and the volume between 4 and 10 cubic feet per minute. Always use the correct size collet for the rod being used. By changing the collet, the operator can use 3 different size rods, 3/16, 1/4, and 3/8. When inserting the rod into the holder, ensure that the rod goes all the way through the collet and seats in the rubber grommet. The collet is the electrical contact for the arc process. Prior to using the system, inspect the threads on the collet nut and on the collet bolt. Check the collet for damage or wear, and inspect the rubber grommet. Replace any parts that show signs of wear or damage. The SureCut system is equipped with an anti-slag safety device. For normal cutting, set the pressure between 70 and 90 psi depending on the thickness of the material being cut. Thicker material requires higher pressure. For gouging, the pressure can be adjusted between 40 and 90 psi to give the operator more control over the amount of material removed. Gouging requires that the SureCut rod is held almost parallel to the material being gouged. For piercing operations, the pressure can be adjusted from 70 to 150 psi, depending on the length of the material to be pierced. Deeper piercings require higher pressure. When piercing, the operator has to keep the rod moving in and out of the cut, to keep the slag moving out of the cut, and to prevent the rod from sticking. For some piercing applications, the operator may want to use the optional insulated rods. For all applications where a welding machine is going to be used and the material will always be grounded, you should use the insulated rods. Oxylance offers the SureCut rod in a bare rod and an insulated rod. Insulated rods can be used underwater or can be used with a welding machine where the material being cut is grounded and the operator is constantly arcing the rod during the cut. Always wear proper safety clothing and eye protection. Never operate an oxygen system that has leaks. Always make sure the burning bar goes through the rubber grommet and seats in the base of the holder. For the SureCut, make sure the rod goes through the collet and seats in the rubber grommet. Never attempt to ignite a burning bar or SureCut rod that is stopped up or has low oxygen flow. Never use oxygen for breathing. Always use pure oxygen. Do not use air or other gases in burning bars. Never operate burning bars if regulator and oxygen hose are freezing up. Never operate burning bars alone. Always have a fire watch or an assistant. Again, please remember, the first priority at Oxylance is safety. Do not perform cutting operations without first reading all safety material and reviewing OSHA and ANSI requirements. For more information about Oxylance and our products, please visit our website at www.oxylance.com or call us at 205-322-9906.